want to talk about Microsoft for a second, if you don't mind. One of the things that you'll remember that we analyzed for this particular section of our analysis of Microsoft over the last year is, remember that one of the things we saw that helped us to short the stock was Satya, the CEO, going from talking about competing for global talent, so we're talking about workforce related stuff, in late May of last year, to reading online, which we obviously religiously do, about hiring freezes and hiring slowdowns and things like that. So only selective hiring, and then small firing, and then larger firing, and then larger firing again. And that story we thought had sort of like completed. There was sort of a denouement and a completion and a bow on it, in the sense that the CEO had promised employees that they would undershoot, or they would try to undershoot the announced reduction in force number of employees who would lose their job. That was number one. And number two is that they had announced that they would try to they had promised to wrap it all up by the end of Q1, end of the March quarter is their fiscal third quarter, actually. And so, and they did. That was kind of like as we had observed. However, as of a week ago, Microsoft went back at it with the firing. The signal to all of us is that they're seeing that the rate of revenue recovery against easy comps is maybe not going to be robust enough to waterfall incremental profits on its own, and it needs an extra boost. And so they're sort of back at it.
This is the most important update on the call this morning that you just gave us. So thank you. I mean, and it's interesting in the sense that it is almost surgically tracking my risk range on Microsoft. Throughout the first quarter, Microsoft out of nowhere started signaling higher highs. You're like, look, the bar is low enough they can get over the bar, and then they actually had a sequential acceleration. For those of you that don't know the difference, sequential is just quarter to quarter versus year over year, which is how we more importantly model the bigger trend and use a 2-year look back. I think what Microsoft and most recently, Microsoft is not only got this deep implied volatility discount of 12%, but it's actually it's not signaling higher highs in its risk range. It's done going up, in other words. It might trade sideways, but it's done going vertical.
Hey there, Hedgeye Nation, or if you're not part of Hedgeye Nation, thanks for watching Hedgeye on YouTube. If you haven't already, make sure to click on the button below there. Subscribe to our YouTube page. You can also follow the link in the description to our website to get even more great investing content.